of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older. But the media men beg to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. My world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
Go for the moon.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars. Somebody once asked, could I spare some change for gas? I need to get myself away from this place. I said, yep, what a concept. I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Back to the rules and I'll hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
hops off the plane at LAX with a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in a cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and a Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding in my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to play my song. You know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Get to the club in my taxi cab. Everybody's looking at me now. Like, who's that chick that's rocking kicks? She gotta be from out of town. So hard with my girls on around me. It's definitely not a Nashville party. Cause all I see are stilettos. I guess I never got the memo. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the DJ dropped my favorite tune. And the Britney song was on. And the Britney song was on. And the Britney song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding in my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to play my song. You know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Feel like I've been on a flight back to my hometown tonight. Something stops me every time. The DJ plays my song and I feel alright. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding in my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to play my song. You know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding in my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to play my song. You know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Please don't stop the music. Please don't stop the music. Please don't stop the music. It's getting late. I'm making my way over to my favorite place. I gotta get my body moving, shake the stress away. I wasn't looking for nobody when you look my way. Possible candidate, yeah. Who knew that you'd be up in here looking like you do? You're making staying over here impossible. Baby, I'ma say your aura is incredible. If you don't have to go, don't. Do you know what you started? I just came here to party, but now we're rocking on the dance floor, acting naughty. Your hands around my waist, just let the music play. We're hand in hand, just to trust, and now we're face to face. I wanna take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it, like the way you do. Just keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop the music. I wanna take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it, like the way you do this. Keep on rocking to it. Please don't
For those receiving a state degree, please sit in a seat with your certificate in Section A. Those receiving a proficiency award, please sit in a seat with your certificate in Section Z. Please remain in your chairs until an usher escorts you backstage. Thank you.
I just came here to party, but now we're rocking on the dance floor, acting naughty. Your hands around my waist, just let the music play. We're hand in hand, chest to chest, and now we're face to face. I wanna take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it, like the way you do. Just keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop the music. I wanna take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it, like the way you do this. Keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop the music. 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 I wanna take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it, like the way you do. Just keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop the music. I wanna take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it, like the way you do this. Keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop the music. 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 I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake, shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, and the faker's gonna fake, baby. I'm just gonna shake, I shake it off, I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own. I'll make the moves up as I go. And that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake, shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, and the faker's gonna fake, baby. I'm just gonna shake, I shake it off, I shake it off, shake it off, I 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 shake it off.
Hey, just think while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
My ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my god, but I'm Yeah. 'Cause the players gonna play, 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 play. And the haters gonna hate, 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 hate. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, I shake it off. Heartbreakers gonna break, 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 break. And the fakers gonna fake, 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 fake. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, I shake it off. Shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. Shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. You got to shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off.
Lazy yellow moon coming up tonight, shining through the trees. Crickets are singing and lightning bugs are floating on the breeze. Baby, get ready. Across the field where the creek turns back by the old stumble road, I'm gonna take you to a special place that nobody knows. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in the full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. Staying the whole night through, it feels so good to be with you. Spring is almost over and the summer's coming, the days are getting long. I waited all winter for the time to be right, just to take you along. Baby, get ready. And it don't matter if we sit forever and the fish don't bite. We'll jump in a river and cool ourselves from the heat of the night. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in the full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. Staying the whole night through, it feels so good to be with you and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river and down by the light, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. You and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river and down by the light, we'll be falling in love.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem and welcome to the stage Jaylee Goodall from Patterson FFA chapter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through a perilous
Wow.
Countdown to showtime. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's showtime!
I'll be that silver lining to the story. If you thought that I would turn it one day, y'all don't know me. May my fears rest in peace, cause that's a old me. Got this taste on my tongue, I crave the glory. Gasoline in my veins, be the fuel through my pain. Oh, as we rise from the flames. Heart of a lion, never say never. Cut like a diamond, shine under pressure. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Pound on your chest like there's no tomorrow. Just play the game right, no one can follow. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2022-2023 Washington FFA State Officer Team. Your 2022-2023 Washington FFA State Sentinel, Pedro Mendoza Zamora. Your 2022-2023 Washington FFA State Reporter, Lillian McGregor. Your 2022-2023 Washington FFA State Treasurer, Madison Weber. Your 2022-2023 Washington FFA State Secretary, Esther Gross. Your 2022-2023 Washington FFA State Vice President, George Dress. Your 2022-2023 Washington FFA State President, Samuel Gillis.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the third session of the 93rd Washington FFA Convention and Expo. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Station by the door.
Your duties there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands And from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Hereby the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice is always based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will now call the roll of members.
There are 1,493 members and guests present, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the third session of the 93rd Washington FFA Convention and Expo, duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Oh, it's time to fire on up.
Black coffee or a dragon drink, hair spray or hair gel, fried chicken or steak. These things couldn't be more different. Kind of like your next session chairs. These individuals have come together as a blue team with the gold dream of serving Washington FFA. Please help me welcome your Session 3 chairs, the 2022-2023 Washington FFA State Officer Team.
Well, Esther, it looks like we are here for another wonderful morning at the FFA Oscars. And look out there, that amazing crowd full of blue jackets joining us here today.
Yeah, George, we have a pretty awesome crowd here. I am so excited to start handing out awards. And the first award we're going to hand out this morning is our Blue Teams Award.
The winner of the Blue Team's Award goes to Sam Gillis.
Give me my mic. Thank you all so much for this award. I would love to give a shout out to our state officer candidates who are here with us tonight. I also cannot wait to see our delegate business report. To recognize our honorary state degree recipients. As well as recognize those students who have received their state degree this year.
This is outrageous. I deserve this award. I was supposed to shout out our superior chapters and our proficiency degrees.
You think you deserve this? I'm the one that felt quite entitled to it. I mean, don't you know who I am? I'm the state sentinel, and I was gonna give a shout out to our American degree recipients and our 100% membership award winners.
Whoa. I am the sweetest and the kindest one here. I was going to give a shout out to the FFA scrapbook and talent. This isn't fair. This is outrageous. Why did he get it? This was my award. This is not fair.
Okay. Whoa. Well, I don't know about you, Esther, but I don't think we're giving out any Blue Team Award here tonight.
No, George. I don't think any of these guys deserve the Blue Teams Award, but there's one thing I am looking forward to.
Oh, what's that, Esther?
I'm looking forward to handing out awards to our incredible members at the third session of the 93rd Washington FFA Convention and Expo.
Each year, the delegate process allows members to represent their chapters during committee meetings and delegate business sessions, making real and constructive change in the organization and maintaining the national FFA organization as a student-led organization. The delegate process stretches throughout the entirety of convention, but students can see firsthand the impact they are having on continuing to allow the organization to grow. If you are interested in taking part, be sure to keep an eye out for more information this spring. This intensive process of internal growth would not be possible without the dedicated work of Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn and Alyssa Whitaker, our delegate coordinators. Please join me in welcoming Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn and Alyssa Whitaker and the committee chairs to the stage.
Thank you, Madam President. It is incredible to see everyone back together for another Washington FFA State Convention and Expo. You may be here to compete, learn, and experience, or to support. No matter your role here this week, each of us has a duty in ensuring the present and future success of the Washington FFA Association. We have had the honor of seeing firsthand the success of the association this week in the hard and committed work done during the 2023 delegate business. Each year, every chapter has the opportunity to send one delegate to state convention in order to advocate for the interests of the student members, including voting on your next Washington FFA state officer team, which will take place later this session.
This year, we had 57 delegates work in 4 committees to discuss and take action on potential ideas, concepts, and initiatives
that were either submitted by you, the FFA chapters, the FFA advisors, the board of directors, or by the National FFA Association. The delegates came together on Thursday and Friday during the delegate business and heard from each committee and considered their recommendations. We will call on the chairs and secretaries of each committee to provide a report of the final actions taken on each recommendation from the delegate body. Now, it is my honor to call forward the chair of the Inclusivity Committee for their report.
Hello, hey Washington FFA. My name is Connor Steen. I'm the delegate from the Rochester FFA chapter, and I'm the chair of the Inclusivity Committee.
Hello, Washington FFA. My name is AJ Carney, and I am the delegate from Yelm FFA chapter. I am the secretary of the Inclusivity Committee.
The Chelan FFA chapter submitted a delegate issue which recommended by 2030, Washington FFA needs to offer all CDEs, LDEs, and applications in both English and Spanish. The committee discussed the issue in depth and brought forth a recommendation to the delegate body. After further debate, the delegate body voted to pass the recommendation to integrate 3 Spanish events per year until 2045, at which point the rest of the events will be integrated stage in the process.
Thank you, and that concludes the Inclusivity Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It is my pleasure to call forward the chair of the Chapter Dues Committee.
Hello, Washington FFA. My name is Nicholas Bowdish. I'm the delegate from the Golden FFA chapter. Yeah. I am the chair of the Chapter Dues Committee.
My name is Stevie Lynn Russell of the Findlay FFA chapter. And I am the secretary.
Danny Payne, Executive Director of Washington FFA Association, submitted a delegate issue to amend Article 3, Section C of the Washington FFA Constitution and Bylaws. This amendment would change the date in which chapter dues must be paid. The committee recommended moving the fall and spring deadlines to January 1st and May 1st, keeping in place the current late fees after the new respective deadlines. The delegate body agreed upon the motion to approve the committee's report.
Thank you, and that concludes the Chapter Dues Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It is my pleasure to call forward the chair of the Secondary Education Programming Committee for their report.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Comstock. Oh, sorry. Could you guys hear that? Okay. My name is Anna Comstock. I'm representing the Lake Washington FFA chapter, and I'm the chair of the Secondary Education Programming Committee.
Hello, Washington FFA. My name is Jacqueline Serrano Rodriguez, proudly representing the Wenatchee FFA chapter. And I'm the secretary of the Secondary Education Programming Committee.
Washington FFA state staff put forward a recommendation to amend Article 4, Section B to expand FFA membership to younger grades. The committee voted to keep the original 7th through 12th grade structure and would like those 7th through 12th grade members to provide demos, expos, and presentations for those younger 5th through 6th grade students. The delegates passed the recommendation presented by the committee after much discussion.
Thank you, and that concludes the Secondary Education Programming Committee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is my pleasure to call forward the Chair and Secretary of the State Officer Candidate Social Media Committee.
My name is Parker Liskey, representing the Ellensburg FFA chapter, and I am the chair of the State Officer Candidate Social Media Committee. Hello, Washington FFA. My name is Ayla Gill from the Granite Falls FFA chapter, serving as the secretary of the State Officer Candidate Social Media Committee. Danny Payne, Executive Director of Washington FFA Association, submitted an issue proposing a social media review to be conducted for state officer candidates by a third party prior to election. The committee agreed with this proposal and revised the resolution as discussion occurred. The committee resolved that screening will be conducted for social media and background checks after the application is completed with limitations of their starting year in FFA. Additionally, elected officers must make personal social media accounts private to allow for officer accounts. The delegate body passed the resolution the committee put forward. Thank you, and that concludes the State Officer Candidate Social Media Committee.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to all of our committee leaders. The actions taken by the delegate body of this convention will now be submitted to the FFA advisors and the FFA Board of Directors for consideration.
Of course, the delegate business is not over. The next and final order of business for your 2023 delegates is to listen to the speeches of the state officer candidates and cast their votes on who they want to serve as your next Washington FFA state officer team. Washington FFA, please join me in thanking your delegates for the hard work they have put into this week to ensure the completion of official FFA business for your Washington FFA Association.
On behalf of the entire Washington FFA Association, we thank all of the delegates and committee chairs and our coordinators for their diligent work this week and furthering the business of our association. Join me in giving them another round of applause.
Always like to play with fire.
After an intensive interview process, knowledge examination, and perhaps a sleepless night or two, it's time for the state officer candidates to present their speeches. Let's give these individuals a round of applause as they make their way down to the stage. Candidates will present their speeches in random order and will each be given 3 minutes. Time will start at your first word. At the 3-minute mark, the microphone will be cut off. Our first candidate to speak is Nathan Hay from the Tenino FFA chapter.
There's no place like home, there's no place like home, there's no place like home. Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz wasn't just talking about that small farm town in Kansas when she asked the wizard to help her get back home. The simplest definition of a home is a place where you live, but a home means so much more. A home is where you feel welcome. A home is where you belong, and a home is where you are encouraged to grow. You have probably heard the phrase, where the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. Standing in front of a door that you've never gone through can be scary. Yet, you open that door, and the welcome that you get is the most amazing thing in the world. Come on in. We are so glad you are here. Take a seat. That warm welcome reaches out, pulls you in, and makes you feel like you belong. Each and every one of us come from a unique background. Maybe you grew up on a farm and have been showing livestock your entire life, or perhaps you come from an urban background and don't have much experience in the industry. With all of our different backgrounds, how can we create an environment where we are all included? 1, make an effort. Join that CDE and join activities that you've never done before. 2, be patient. It takes time to gain acceptance and support, so be your authentic self while others are getting to know you. 3, practice acceptance. You need to accept yourself before others can accept you. Whether you grew up on a farm or in a suburb, have a passion for livestock judging or public speaking, want to explore the depths of agri-science, or simply get hands-on experience in the industry, there is a place for you to belong in the largest youth organization, the National FFA. The place that I call home and the place that I have continued to develop myself is the National FFA, and it is zipped up in my blue corduroy jacket. Washington FFA. My name is Nathan Hay from the Tenino FFA chapter in District 3, and it would be my pleasure to serve as a Washington State FFA officer as I continue to help each and every one of you find your home, where you know you belong.
Our next candidate is Andrew Schultz from the Reardon FFA chapter.
Hello, Washington FFA members. My name is Andrew Schultz from the Reardon FFA chapter, and I'm here today to humbly ask for your consideration to serve you as a state FFA officer. My desire is to be able to get to meet and know as many of you fellow FFA members over the next year as possible. Those who know me know that I am very passionate about sports and team organizations like FFA. In FFA, the teamwork required for us to achieve our collective goal of promoting and supporting agriculture while building tomorrow's leaders today is very similar to team sports like football, volleyball, and of course my favorite, baseball. The practice and preparation, as well as the mentorship from our FFA advisors since our first day as Green Hands, is helping set the stage for our future success in our careers as agriculturists and leaders. The same way that the countless hours in the gym or on the field and the insight from our coaches helps to prepare us to compete and win in sports. Whether it's early in the morning parlay practice, 2-a-day football practices in the summer heat, reciting the FFA creed in our head 1,000 times, or spiking countless volleyballs in preparation for that game-winning kill, in order to be successful, there needs to be a plan, and hard work and dedication need to be applied for us to achieve our goals. However, it is not simply enough for us to just apply our own best effort. In order for a team to be truly successful, all the members need to buy into the same goal, work in the same direction towards that goal, and encourage and inspire each other to perform at their best. Whether it is spending an extra hour helping out a teammate with questions and ag issues, or throwing an extra 50 batting practice balls to a teammate wanting to work on his swing, some of my favorite moments over the last 4 years of high school have been watching my teammates grow and blossom into their potentials as competitors, and as students, friends, and as citizens. My name is Andrew Schultz from the Reardon FFA chapter, and I would love to be able to serve you and Washington FFA over the next year. Let's work on making this Washington FFA team an absolute home run. Thank you.
Our next candidate is Ryan Utley from the Davenport FFA chapter.
I had no interest in agriculture. Let me paint you a picture of where I grew up. Small town, small farm, middle of nowhere, destination, nothing. I thought agriculture was boring and you'd expect me to be this stereotypical farm kid who works day in and day out on the farm and loved raising animals. But that could not be further from the truth. Let me be honest. Instead of driving a tractor, I was cruising the streets of LA on my Xbox, waking up at the crack of dawn to watch the sunrise. Yeah, right. Sleep was my favorite hobby. But everything changed in middle school. Living on a farm outside town, I'd wait for my sister to give me a ride home for 2 reasons. The buses didn't run to my house, and Uber was just too scarce and expensive for a 12-year-old to afford. My sister was part of this association called FFA, and I started to attend practices and events and learning what FFA was all about. Fast forward to my freshman year. I could not wait to join the Davenport FFA chapter and get one of those blue and gold corduroy jackets of my own. Once I had mine, it was off to the races. I immersed myself in FFA, taking it all in and grasping for all the opportunities it had to offer. But soon, those opportunities would cease to exist almost completely, COVID stopping it all. This made FFA difficult to enjoy since all of my reasons for joining were eliminated. But I developed a burning desire to work hard and not waste opportunities, even more so before the pandemic. And once things started to get back to normal, I took advantage of FFA and all the opportunities it had to offer. From CDEs, LEDs, chapter office, district office, and leadership events, all shaping the person who stands here before you today. A kid who stepped outside of his comfort zone and changed forever because of it. A kid who never knew how much he needed FFA. With my high school career coming to an end, I find myself wanting to give back to the organization that's helped shape me into the person who I am today. With my traditional agricultural background from my family's 6th generation farm and my non-traditional agricultural background, I've had the opportunity of experiencing both sides of what it means to be an FFA member. I'm no longer cruising the streets of LA on my Xbox. I'm doing much more meaningful things, and I'm forever thankful for that. And if I, Ryan Utley, am elected on our 2023-2024 state officer team, I'll be dedicated to assuring the same opportunities for Washington State FFA and all of its members. Thank you.
Our next candidate is Kaya Hunter Canoff from the Moses Lake FFA chapter.
I believe in the future of agriculture. These words have shaped the last 4 years of my high school experience. Competing in the Creed contest my freshman year is where I found my passion for agriculture and my joy for FFA. Now, after the Creed speaking contest was over, I decided to further my FFA journey by running for a chapter office where I received the reporter position. I was so excited and got a little ambitious, so I decided to run for a district office. Unbeknownst to me, I would be elected the District 9 FFA president as a sophomore. I was so terrified to be in this position that at district officer training that year, I was in tears, feeling out of place and overwhelmed. But luckily for me, Cole Bearlocker wrote me a note that has forever impacted my life. You were selected to serve for a reason. These words have impacted me in so many ways. Holding various positions in FFA, there have been ups as well as downs. And during hard times, I've always remembered that I was chosen to serve for a reason. Serving anyone in any capacity is something to be proud of. Growing up, whenever my mom and I would see an Army member, she would always make me go up to them and thank them for their service. I was in awe of the sacrifice that they made for our country, but this often made me feel like my acts of service were minuscule compared to that service others were doing. But now that I've grown up, I've realized that no act of service should be taken for granted. Knowing that others believe in me and want to see me succeed has been a driving force and has changed my mentality of being a servant leader. I feel that it is very important for each and every one of you to know that someone believes in you and that you too can make an impact on the lives of others around you. A quote I want to leave you with is this: "Somebody cannot serve everybody, but everybody can serve somebody." Washington FFA, my name is Kaya Hunter Canoff from the Moses Lake FFA chapter, and I believe in the future of agriculture, and I believe in you.
Our next candidate is Michael Johnson from the Cedro Woolley FFA chapter.
Good morning, Washington FFA. My name is Michael Johnson from the Cedar Woolley FFA chapter. Last year, I competed on my school's trap shooting team. For those who don't know, trap shooting is a competitive sport which involves shooting shotguns at clay targets. When I got up to the line to take my first shot of the season, I missed. I shrugged it off, but throughout the rest of the day, I kept missing. Now, going into the season, I had high expectations, since this was my third year, and I had spent all summer practicing. But despite the hard work I had put in and all the experience that I had, my entire season continued in this fashion. My scores, compared to previous seasons, were at an all-time low. So when my senior year rolled around, I almost didn't sign up for the team. I didn't want to go through another season like I had my junior year. But then I remembered something that my grandmother always told me. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. So I decided to shoot for my final season. And guess what? I ended up shooting the best I ever had. I was a top shooter on the team and earned my spot at district finals. I was so thankful that I did not let one bad season ruin it all for me. Now, FFA has taught me more than just how to hit a clay target. FFA has taught me the importance of perseverance, hard work, and dedication. FFA is full of amazing opportunities. And when you see the one that you want to do, go after it with everything you have. It is up to you to grab the bull by its horns and accomplish your dreams. Because when you're in your old age, what are you going to tell your grandkids? Are you going to tell them that you sat at home because things were too difficult? Or are you going to tell them about the time when you got up and got the job done? I hope that this year, I have an opportunity to serve you as a state officer and work together to make your dreams a reality. Enjoy the rest of the convention, and thank you.
Our next candidate is Stacy Maiden from the Columbia Burbank FFA chapter.
My sophomore year of high school, I started wearing all sorts of rings. Everything silver, cactuses, everything. I thought it looked super cool. And it was kind of Western and cute, and it became a part of me. So slowly that Western silver jewelry that I started wearing turned into turquoise. And I don't know what it is, but there was something about that little blue gem that just lit a fire in me. And that turned into wearing these giant turquoise rings that are bigger than my finger. And then this moved into the big earrings with turquoise covered in them and necklaces and galore. Turquoise has become my personality. Now, while I was talking to my grandma a few months ago, I found out that her mother, my great-grandmother, did the same thing. She, too, loved turquoise. She never left the house without her hands covered in jewelry, turquoise up to the nines. That was who she was. Now, she was always making sure that she looked better than everyone else, and she always got the last word. My entire life, I've heard stories of this wonderful and independent woman, and I've been compared to her on many occasions. One can say I'm a very outspoken and sarcastic person, and those are both things she was well known for. Being compared to her by my family and people that grew up with her and know her is giving me a sense of pride as to how I carry myself and how I go about things in life. Now, as much as my grandma means to me and everything she has done, there's more people in my legacy than just her. There's my parents. They have stood behind me through absolutely everything and supported me all of the way. That is part of my legacy. There's my ag teacher. She has been my backbone for the last 4 years, and that, again, is a legacy. The people that you surround yourself with become a part of who you are. That is your legacy. Be proud of the people that you're surrounding yourself with and make your legacy. I challenge you, find your turquoise. Find what makes you. Live your legacy. Thank you.
Our next candidate is Natalie Luce from the ADNA FFA chapter.
Learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve. Everyone should recognize these words as the FFA motto. It is something that many of us reference in our day-to-day life, even if we don't realize it. However, I've come to realize it is significantly underused. The FFA motto is a very powerful set of words that have impacted so many people. So let's break it down line by line. Learning to do. There are so many opportunities and times we as teenagers and even adults are learning to do. From preschool all the way until starting a new job, we are modeling this line. We began learning to do by parroting conversations we've heard or pretending to help Grandpa with handyman jobs. We must instill within ourselves the ability to turn any situation into a learning experience. Doing to learn. Many of us learn and retain information better by physically doing something. From understanding how a four-stroke engine works to animal anatomy, we have all done something that requires hands-on experience. Something to remember is that failing is okay and making mistakes should be welcomed because they provide a learning experience that extends far beyond what you would learn if you were always successful. Earning to live. FFA prides itself in preparing us for real-world situations, whether that be from your SAE project, components of your chapter's program of activities, or a CDE or LDE that you compete in. When we leave this organization, we are better prepared for our future professional lives. Earning to live is not just about earning a financial living, but also to find a living that you enjoy. Living to serve. When thinking of great qualities of a leader, many may rise to the surface. But one of the most valuable assets is the ability to be a servant leader. To put others' needs first is an attribute that is at the heart of every FFA member. In a time where it is easy to become self-centered and absorbed, taking the time to think of others is an intentional act. Each of these lines encourages us to be well-rounded members and people. But in order to do this, we need to live the FFA motto with intention. Washington FFA, I challenge you to do this. I challenge you to live the FFA motto. My name is Natalie Luce. Thank you.
Our next candidate is Bryn Kelly from the Eastmont FFA chapter.
Hi, my name is Bryn Kelly. I'm from Eastmont FFA in District 7, and I am on the pursuit of happiness. Now, I know that these last several years have been hard on us all, but as George Washington once said, agriculture is the most healthful, most useful, most noble employment of man. Even though many of us have struggled, whether that be from rising costs to shortages, agriculture continues to be the joy and passion in each and every one of our lives. My journey has brought me here to continue my love of agriculture and to share it with others. This year, I was able to become the first ever steer showman in my family, but I could never have done it without the constant cooperation, support, and generosity from my agricultural community. I have encountered a lot of new things with my steer, from treating cattle lice to dealing with the most amount of money I've ever spent in my life, but I've had help and support every step of the way. I couldn't have asked for a more generous group of people. Yet my journey is not over. I still have 3 months until my fair, and I know I'm gonna encounter some bumps on the road because life is a highway and it keeps driving along. Yet even as I may stumble and fall, I have another amazing support group who wears the same FFA jacket as me. Just as my agricultural community and FFA family has helped me, my wish is to help others on their very own pursuit of happiness. Agriculture has never been an easy lifestyle or career choice, and I've come to realize that. But just as they have helped me, in this next year, I am looking forward to helping you find your niche in our agricultural industries inside and out. Thank you, and I'm Bryn Kelly.
Thank you, candidates, and we wish you luck. Washington FFA. Tonight, a new team of passionate individuals will be elected to serve you for the upcoming year. Delegates, please finish your voting. Ballots will be collected shortly.
participants in Group A, please make your way backstage. Thank you.
FFA members and guests, please welcome to the stage an FFA talent.
Hey, I'm Lucas Rosasender. I'm from the Garpal FFA, and this is You Will Be Found. Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, and you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. You will be found. There's a place where we don't have to feel alone. And every time that you fall out, you're a little less alone. If you only say the word, from across the silence, your voice is heard. Oh, someone will come running. Oh, oh, even when the dark comes crashing through, and you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, you reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be found. Out of the shadows, the morning is breaking, and all is new, all is new. The feeling of the empty, suddenly I see that all is new, all is new. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. Even when the dark comes crashing through, and you need someone to carry you, you're broken on the ground, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
That was Lucas Rossender from the Garfield Palouse FFA chapter. Let's give them one more big round of applause. If you'd like to participate in the state talent program for a chance to perform on stage next year, visit washingtonffa.org/talent.
Washington FFA members and guests, please welcome to the stage an FFA talent.
Probably slow dancing with the bleach blonde tramp, and she's probably getting frisky. Right now, he's probably buying her some fruity little drink, 'cause she can't shoot a whiskey. Right now, he's probably up behind her with the pool stick, showing her how to shoot a combo. And he don't know. I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights. I slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Right now, she's probably up singing some white trash version of Shania karaoke. Right now, he's probably saying I'm drunk, and he's thinking that he's gonna get lucky. Right now, he's probably dabbing on $3 worth of that bathroom polo. Oh, and he don't know that I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights. I slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time I think before he cheats. I might have saved a little trouble for the next girl, 'cause the next time that he cheats, oh, you know it won't be on me. No, not on me. 'Cause I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights. I slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time I think before he cheats. Oh, maybe next time I think before he cheats. Oh, before he
That was Sabrina Severin from the Moses Lake FFA chapter. Let's give them one more big round of applause. If you'd like to participate in the state talent program for a chance to perform on stage next year, visit washingtonffa.org/talent. Those participating in Group B, please make your way backstage.
Each year at convention, we recognize the achievements and success of our chapters with awards that recognize their hard work throughout the year. We will recognize superior chapters, students who understand the value of American citizenship, the chapter that has achieved 100% membership, and chapters who documented their program of activities in a chapter scrapbook. The Superior Chapter Award is a national FFA award designed to recognize FFA chapters that successfully complete and submit their annual program of activities and the Form 1 application of the National Chapter Award. Chapters which show excellence in all three areas, student, chapter, and community development, and that successfully complete 15 activities tied to the national quality standards are eligible for this recognition. Please join me in a power clap as we recognize this year's recipients of the Superior Chapter Award.
And our superior chapters are Castle Rock, Chiawana, Clarkston, Eastmont, East Valley, Elma, Findlay, Goldendale Middle School, Goldendale High School, Granite Falls, Kamiakin, Kelso, Omak. One more big round of applause.
The National FFA organization is the largest student organization in the world. This is due to the incredible work of our local chapters and their effort to recruit and retain FFA members through engaging social events, community outreach, and leadership development. We are proud to recognize the following chapters for their hard work in attaining the goal of 100% membership in the previous academic year.
And our 100% membership chapters, Elma, Goldendale Middle School, Tenasket. One round of applause for all of our 100% membership.
George Washington once said that agriculture is the most noble employment of man. The vision of our founding fathers and their principles has helped the United States feed and clothe people around the world. Participants in the citizenship essay responded to the following prompt. You and your peers will soon, if not already, of age to vote in any level of U.S. elections. As you prepare for that time, what are some of the criteria you will use to select the candidates or referenda that you will support with your vote? Let's welcome our citizenship essay writers to the stage now.
For citizenship, second runner-up, Hope Dean Tahoma. First runner-up, Harley Henniger, Colfax. Winner, Cadence Munson, Colfax. One round of applause for all of our citizenship award winners.
Developing an award-winning chapter scrapbook tests both creative prowess and organizational skills. Each scrapbook must document the chapter's current program of activities, including their work to foster student, chapter, and community development. In addition, lots of creativity, meticulous organization, and reliable documentation are critical.
And for chapter scrapbook, the top 5 chapters are, in 5th, Dayton. In fourth, Wapato. And welcome our final three to center stage. In third, Moses Lake. In second, Eastmont. And your top chapter in first place, OMAC.
Out in the country past the city limit sign where there's a honky-tonk near the county line. The joint starts jumping every night when the sun goes down. They got whiskey, women, music and smoke. It's where all the cowboy folk go to boot, scoot, boogie. I got a good job, I work hard for my money. When it's quitting time, I hit the door running. I fire up my pickup truck and let the horses run. I go flying down that highway to that hideaway, stuck out in the woods to do the boot scoot boogie. Yeah, heel toe, do-si-do, come on baby, let's go boot scoot. Oh, Cadillac, blackjack, baby, meet me out back, we're gonna boogie. Oh, get down, turn around, go to town, boot scoot boogie. The bartender asked me, say, son, what'll it be? I want a shot of that redhead yonder looking at me. The dance floor's hopping and it's hotter than the 4th of July. I see outlaws, in-laws, crooks and straights, all out making it shake, doing the boot scoot boogie. Yeah, heel toe, do-si-do, come on baby, let's go boot scoot. Oh, Cadillac, blackjack, baby, meet me out back, we're gonna boogie. Get down, turn around, go to town, boot scoot boogie. Oh, heel toe, do-si-do, come on baby, let's go boot scoot. Yeah, Cadillac, blackjack, baby, meet me out back, we're gonna boogie. Yeah, get down, turn around, go to town, boot scoot boogie. I said, get down, turn around, go to town, boot scoot boogie. Oh, get down, turn around, go to town, boot scoot boogie.
It is always an honor to receive honorary members into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to, from time to time, honor the efforts others have made on our behalf. Madam Secretary, will you please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership?
Honorary FFA degree. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff and agricultural education, business people, and others who are helping advance agricultural education and the FFA and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to receive an honorary FFA degree by a majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Will the Secretary now introduce those who are to receive this honor?
Mr. President, members, and guests, I am pleased to read the following names. When your name is read, please step forward. Ariel Finfrock, Brad Clippert, Catherine Groves, Christy Kershaw, Dan Newhouse, David Groves, Efren Mendoza, Emily Gillis, Erica Studeman, Ernie Kimball, Ian McGregor, Jeff Dress, Jessica McGregor, Jim McKiernan, Katie Vetter, Katie Wood, Lori Weber, Mark Weber, Nancy Derringer, Ramona Mendoza, Ray Gillis, Rich Coning, Sandy Livingstone, Sarah Syke, Tammy Dress, Tyler Renz.
Will the officers please take their places beside me?
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you the symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Congratulations on the honor.
Your contribution to our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I thank you for your service to this organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your names to our roll of honorary FFA degree recipients.
As vice president, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every FFA member, I wish to say that we are proud to have you as honorary members. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to for counsel and guidance, that it is because of the great respect that we have for you that you have been elected for honorary membership. May we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I now confer upon you honorary membership in the Washington FFA Association.
Will the Proficiency Award recipients please follow the instructions of the ushers as you make your way backstage?
The American FFA degree is awarded to FFA members who have demonstrated the highest level of commitment to FFA and made a significant accomplishments in their supervised agricultural experiences. Approximately 3,500 American FFA degrees are handed out each year at the National FFA Convention. This number represents less than 1% of all FFA members, making it one of the organization's highest honors. We are proud to submit the applications of the following Washington FFA members for consideration this year at the National FFA Convention. As your name is called, please step forward. Kiana Rieger, Castle Rock. Daniel Ross, Cheney. Jenna Moore, Connell. Delaney Shattuck, Connell. Gannon Cotter, Deer Park. Joseph Bosty, Deer Park. Zandria Moss, Deer Park. Ryan Porter, Deer Park. Eiley Stone, Deer Park. Pedro Mendoza Zamora, Eastmont. Mackenzie Bastreccia, Ellensburg. Cole Hansen, Ellensburg. Cooper Neboychik, Ellensburg. Reagan Neboychik, Ellensburg. Faith Rotter, Ellensburg. Bailey Shirley, Ellensburg. Seldo Alyssa, Umpqua. Millie Cobb, Ephrata. Lillian McGregor, La Crosse. Gage Halling, Liberty. Braxton Van Loo, Lyndon Christian. Noel Cooley, Monroe. Lacey Peterson, Monroe. Austin Kern, Moses Lake. Tressa Wade, Moses Lake. Jenna Whitaker, Moses Lake. Ryan Henning, Oaksdale. Kaylee Hiddenkamp, Oaksdale. Victor Garibay, Quincy. Andrew Townsend, Quincy. Esther Gross, Rochester. Emily Johnson, Cedro Woolley. Elise Wilkins, Tico. Marissa Paul, Toledo. Clark Eden, Walla Walla. Harley Jo Holman, Yelm. Jacob Hutman, Yelm. John Scotto Rodriguez, Yelm. Nora Tarbox, Yelm. Congratulations to our American degree candidates. Let's celebrate them with a round of applause.
Green eyes, fried rice, I could cook an egg on you. Late night game time, coffee on the stove. Your sweet ice cream, but you could use a flake or two. Blue bubble gum twist around your tongue. I don't want you to get lost. I don't want you to go broke. I want you. Just 'cause I love you, babe, in every kind of way. Just a little taste. You know I love you, babe. Excuse me, green tea, music for a sushi restaurant. All rice, all rice. Scooba-dooba-doo-ba-doo. short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel. Young man, are you listening to me? I said, young man, what do you wanna be? I said, young man, you can make real your dreams, but you got to know this one thing. No man does it all by himself. I said, young man, put your pride on the shelf and just go there to the YMCA. I'm sure they can help you today. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel. Young man, I was once in your shoes. I said I was down and out with the blues. I felt no man cared if I were alive. I felt the whole world was so tired. That's when someone came up to me and said, young man, take a walk up the street. It's a place there called the YMCA. They can start you back on your way. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground.
What do beef cattle and miles of alfalfa fields and knowing how to fix farm equipment have in common? They are some of the exceptional skills that our fellow FFA members have demonstrated in their supervised agricultural experiences. And while the proficiency awards are different, as are the members are themselves, they all have one thing in common. These students have worked incredibly hard to develop their SAE projects to the highest quality. The National FFA Foundation has generously sponsored $200 for the first place recipient in each award area. And the Washington FFA Foundation has sponsored $100 for the second place recipient and the third place award of $50. So let's get loud and proud for these following proficiency awards.
For agricultural mechanics, repair and maintenance, and entrepreneurship, in first place, Eddie Peterman from the Monroe FFA chapter. For agricultural sales placement, in first place, Rebecca Glover from the Mount Si FFA chapter. For agricultural services, entrepreneurship, and placement, in first place, Derek Rep from the Colfax FFA chapter. For beef production entrepreneurship, in second place, Jill Adolphson from the Squim FFA chapter. In first place, Kaylee Wall Knaus from the Mount Baker FFA chapter. For beef production placement, in first place, Brody Wallace from the Quincy FFA chapter. For diversified agricultural production, entrepreneurship, and placement, in second place, KD Varaska from OMAC. In first place, Kendall Dixon from the Pomeroy FFA chapter. For diversified crop production placement, in first place, Cadence Monson from the Colfax FFA chapter. For diversified livestock production, entrepreneurship, and placement, in second place, Logan Ledoux from the North Thurston FFA chapter. In first place, Zachary Zinder from the Mount Baker FFA chapter. For equine science, entrepreneurship, in second place, Ava Lester from the Granite Falls FFA chapter. In first place, Harley Henniger from the Colfax FFA chapter. For equine science placement, in second place, Briley Carlson from the Lakewood FFA chapter. In first place, Ryan Mitchell from the Stanwood FFA chapter. For forage production, entrepreneurship, and placement, in first place, Maya Lee from the Quincy FFA chapter. For fruit production, entrepreneurship, and placement, in first place, Adam Maurice Montoya from the OMAC FFA chapter. For Go Production, Entrepreneurship and Placement. In third place, Rebecca Glover from the Mount Si FFA chapter. In second place, Helena Almley from the Stanwood FFA chapter. And in first place, Jill Adelson from the Squim FFA chapter.
For Poultry Production, Entrepreneurship and Placement. In third place, Zachary Benton from the Lakewood FFA chapter. In second place, Sadie Papp from the Granite Falls FFA chapter. In first place, Sophie Johnson from the Cedar Woolley FFA chapter. For Sheep Production, Entrepreneurship and Placement. In first place, JC Debach from Tenasket. For Small Animal Production and Care, Entrepreneurship and Placement. In third place, Rebecca Glover from Mount Si. In second place, Aurelia Crockett from the Granite Falls FFA chapter. In first place, Joanne Killeen from the North Thurston FFA chapter. For Specialty Animal Production, Entrepreneurship and Placement. In second place, Zachary Wood, Stanwood. In first place, Sophia Patton, Mount Baker. For Specialty Crop Production, Entrepreneurship and Placement. In first place, Sophia Patton, Mount Baker. For Swine Production, Entrepreneurship. In second place, Mackenzie Tucker Martinez, Mount Baker. In first place, Daniel Keene, Tenasket. For Veterinary Science, Entrepreneurship and Placement. In second place, Dakota Watts, Ellensburg. In first place, Hope Dean, Tahoma.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me in a huge round of applause for our Proficiency Award winners.
I've been trying to call. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through a drought. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch, baby. I look around, see the city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I just, hey, hey, hey. I'm running out of time, 'cause I can see the sun light up the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. Oh, the city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I just. I'm just coming back to let you know I can never say it on the phone. They'll never let you go this time. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your.
Applicants for the state FFA degree have demonstrated excellence in their supervised agricultural experiences, dedication to FFA and to their community, as well as leadership ability and a satisfactory academic record. We shall proceed with the degree ceremonies. Madam Secretary, what have you to report concerning candidates eligible for this degree?
I am pleased to submit the names of 161 candidates who have been selected by the State Executive Committee to receive the state FFA degree.
Our Constitution sets up minimum qualifications which must be met before candidates are eligible for election to this degree. Madam Advisor, have you carefully examined and reviewed the records of these candidates?
I have, Mr. President, and I find all qualified applicants fully qualified.
We will now raise these candidates to the state FFA degree.
The state FFA degree is the highest degree our state association can bestow. Some of you will one day earn the coveted golden key of the American FFA degree. We urge you to maintain throughout your adult lives the same enthusiasm and dedication that you bring to the ceremony today.
It is a great honor to be nominated for the state FFA degree. It is still a greater honor to be selected for this degree by your fellow members of the Washington FFA Association.
Your new achievement brings you greater honors as well as additional responsibilities. You have widened the field of your service and influence in the strengthening of agriculture, the most basic industry in our nation.
You have been urged to advance toward higher degrees in the FFA. We commend you for your accomplishments and encourage you to work towards new and higher goals in our organization and in your chosen occupation.
In meeting the requirements of the Green Hand and Chapter FFA degrees, you were told that the golden charm of the state FFA degree was awaiting you. The bronze emblem of the Green Hand gave way to the silver emblem of the Chapter FFA degree, which has now evolved into that golden charm. This is symbolic of growth and development in your chosen occupation. May the permanence of the rare and golden qualities of the emblem be a constant reminder of the strength of your education and the worthiness of your achievement. Therefore, on behalf of the Washington FFA Association, I now confer upon you the state FFA degree with its honors and privileges, as well as this charm, the emblem of the degree.
From the ADNA FFA chapter, Brooklyn Luce. Natalie Luce. Clayton Luce. From the Asotin FFA chapter, Carly. From the Yelm FFA chapter, Aiden Cohorton. Ben Carney. Colin Sawyers. Della Cobble. Ian Gallup. Natalie Webster. Olivia Silva. Peter Dorhauer. Ryan Wyzanewski. From the Wenatchee FFA chapter, Aiden Cockrum. Eric Tomlinson. Benjamin Criswell. Dustin King. Justin English. Noah Bergstrom. Ryder Rainman. From the Walla Walla FFA chapter, Brody Pingree. Jenna Johnson. Josh Nelson. From the Waitsburg FFA chapter, Garrett Palmer. McKenna Barron. From the Tushi FFA chapter, Emily Hilbert. Mackenzie Forbes. From the Tenasket FFA chapter, Daniel Keene. JC DeBach. From the Tenino FFA chapter, Nathan Hay. Riley Jones. Trinity Tafoya. From the Sumner FFA chapter, Shaylin Stallnaker. From the Stanwood FFA chapter, Darlena Schmidt. Helena Almy. From the St. John Endicott FFA chapter, Jeremy Jones. Kira Holtz. Olivia Kajak. From the Springdale FFA chapter, Audrey Wellhausen. Macy Guns. From the Sprague FFA chapter, Emma Reese Fortin. From the Cedro Woolley FFA chapter, Michael Johnson. From the Royal FFA chapter, Jonathan Allegre. From the Rosalia FFA chapter, Riley Gehring. From the Quincy FFA chapter, Brody Wallace. Eduardo Diaz. Juan Villapando. Miles Lee. Caden Cameron. From the Pullman FFA chapter, Alvina Wetzel. From the Prosser FFA chapter, Andrew Gray. JC Kaufman. From the Pomeroy FFA chapter, Brady Bott. Brody McGill. Chase Caruso. Jaden Gingrich. Jillian Erez. Trace Roberts. Tyler Bagby. From the OMAC FFA chapter, Callie Christoph. Faith Jensen. Josie Fletcher. Katie Paraska. Kiona Michael. Mercedes Weeks. From the Okanagan FFA chapter, Darton Wood. Trevor Caswell. From the Oakdale FFA chapter, Alexander McHargue. Samantha Halling. Sydney Stevens. From the Nooksack Valley FFA chapter, Grace Schintaffer. Riley Van Voven. From the Mount Si FFA chapter, Gregory Graham. Rebecca Glover. From the Mount Baker FFA chapter, Case Hutink. Kaylee Knaus. From the Moses Lake FFA chapter, Molly Shearer. From the Monroe FFA chapter, Eddie Peterman. Tyler Thompson. From the Meridian FFA chapter, Drew Feller. From the Linden FFA chapter, Anna Ellis. Carson Milstead, Jack Todd, Tessa Scouten, from the Liberty FFA chapter, Angelina Widman, Anna Pittman, Elizabeth Denny, Kenzie Barta, Shaylee Teagues, Cami Bothman, from the Lakewood FFA chapter, Abigail Patrick, from the Lacrosse FFA chapter, Wyatt Schwartz, from the Kittitas FFA chapter, Madeline Bowers, from the Kamayakan FFA chapter, Jonah Barnhart, Reagan Bybee, from the Granite Falls FFA chapter, Ariella Crockett, Ava Lester, from the Goldendale FFA chapter, Gwendolyn Gillum, Cade Baumberger, from the Findlay FFA chapter, Anna Cooper, Stevie Lynn Russell, from the Ferndale FFA chapter, Amy McKay, Melissa Caduce, From the Ephrata FFA chapter, Braden Duffner. Caitlin Edwards. Mia Reeves. From the Enumclaw FFA chapter, Madison Blechschmidt. From the Elma FFA chapter, Alyssa Pearson. Lillian Bossard, Peyton Simmons, Tori Thompson. From the Ellensburg FFA chapter, Chloe Clyburn. Dakota Watts. Emily Ryder. Mackenzie Stansbury, Riley Leishman, Sienna Pasco. From the Eastmont FFA chapter, Bryn Kelly. Regan Schwab. From the East Valley FFA chapter, Tiffany Altermat. From the Deer Park FFA chapter, Hannah Reinhart. Jacob Bobsky. Robin Porter. From the Davenport FFA chapter, Caden Zelmer. Jacob Harvey. From the Connell FFA chapter, Morgan Jenks. From the Columbia Burbank FFA chapter, Stacy Maiden. From the Colton FFA chapter, Katie Heisteman. Kendra Stout. From the Colfax FFA chapter, Cadence Monson. Derek Rep. From the Clarkston FFA chapter, Ian Ulrich. From the Cheney FFA chapter, Macy Rains. Zachary Cox. From the Chehalis FFA chapter, Lauren Young. From the Centralia FFA chapter, Brianna McPherson. Gracie Klein. Kavon Meek. Madison Croston. From the Cedar Crest FFA chapter, Alyssa Adams. Delaney Saunders. Riley Crosby. From the Castle Rock FFA chapter, Eli Schultz. Gary Williamson. Hannah Merchant. Paisley Blevins. Riley Ogden. From the Kashmir FFA chapter, Aliana Groves. Cameron Phillips. Eli Jacob Leons. Grady Zimmerman. Kimmy Dodson. From the Bridgeport FFA chapter, Angelica Hernandez Cruz. Brandy Valadenivos. Arieli Espino Barros. Idania Garcia Olea. Leslie Valadanivos Arevalo. Marco Garcia. From the Asotan FFA chapter, Carly Ball, Ellie Elskamp, Haley Appleford, Lillian Denham. From the Adna FFA chapter, Brooklyn Luce, Natalie Luce, Clayton Luce. Congratulations to all of our state degree recipients on your hard work. We hope to see you continue to achieve excellence.
I'm going all the way. I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel. I'm going all the way. I'm going to another level. To another level.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I do, Mr. President. As a reminder, lost and found items can be located at the convention headquarters in Three Rivers Convention Center. And we can't wait to see you all back tonight for our fourth and final session. Doors open at 5 p.m. and session begins at 5:30. That is all, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this, the third session of the 93rd Washington FFA Convention and Expo. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.
I ain't gonna tell no lies, I ain't gonna apologize. You can see just where I stand, you know exactly who I am. Taking everything I want, don't believe me, then just watch. Standing like the earth is mine, moving like I own this time. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Ain't backing down. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Ain't afraid to bare my soul. Ain't afraid to walk on coals. Hear the thunder
We got a good thing.